The break-in. It was pitch black outside, the kind of darkness that swallowed everything whole. 3 men, Eddie, Marcus, and Vince, pulled up to the isolated suburban house. They'd been planning this for weeks. Quiet neighborhood. Wealthy homeowners. No security cameras. Easy pickings. Eddie jimmied the lock on the back door with a practiced hand. The door clicked open, and they slipped inside. Marcus, the muscle, carried a crowbar. Vince, the brains, had the schematics of the house memorized. They moved in silence, flashlights sweeping through the luxurious living room. "Split up," Vince whispered. "Grab anything valuable." The men fanned out. Eddie headed upstairs, Marcus checked the kitchen, and Vince rifled through a desk near the foyer. Eddie was rummaging through a jewelry box in the master bedroom when he heard it, a faint creak. He froze, his flashlight illuminating the room. He turned toward the noise but saw nothing. "Hello?" he whispered, his voice trembling. No response. He shook it off and continued his search. Then, a shadow darted past the doorway. "What the fuck?" Eddie muttered, gripping his knife tightly. Marcus was stuffing silverware into his bag when he noticed the knife block on the counter. One of the knives was missing. He frowned. "Hey, Vince, you grab one of these," he called out, keeping his voice low. Vince didn't answer. "Vince?" He stepped into the hallway and saw something lying on the floor. It was Vince's flashlight, its beam flickering. Upstairs, Eddie's panic grew. He tried to call the others but got no response. He decided to head back down, but as he reached the stairs, something heavy slammed into him, sending him tumbling down. He hit the floor hard, pain shooting through his ribs. "Marcus!" "Vince!" Eddie screamed. No answer. He staggered to his feet, his knife raised. The silence was deafening. Then, a figure emerged from the shadows, a tall man wearing a mask, holding Vince's crowbar. "Who the fuck are you?" Eddie demanded. The man didn't respond. Instead, he swung the crowbar with bone-crushing force. Marcus, the last one standing, bolted for the front door. His heart pounded as he fumbled with the lock. He finally managed to yank the door open, but before he could step outside, something sharp pierced his side. He gasped, looking down to see a blade. The homeowner whispered in his ear, "You should have picked another house." Marcus crumpled to the ground, blood pooling beneath him. The homeowner calmly closed the door, locking it behind him. When the police arrived the next morning, they found the house spotless. No sign of a break-in. No sign of the intruders. Just the eerie quiet of a house that clearly wasn't as defenseless as it seemed. And somewhere, deep in the basement, the homeowner smiled.